TOT, talk of the topic.
Ladies, how y'all doing today? Looking
Good.
real nice. Looking
Thank
real
you.
nice.
Thank you.
We got Roxy and we got Jess and we have my boy jusdu today. And we're gonna rock out, man, with a few questions that y'all been wondering about video vixens, video girls, models, anything that you think that you want to know. It's gonna be hot today. So we're gonna open it up, Jess. You tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I am an executive producer for an adult content industry, or for an adult content company, woman-owned, woman-operated.
There you
It's
go.
Roxy Productions. It's really fun. We just went to AVN, got some exposure, did a brand reveal and a brand launch there. Side of that, I've done some print modeling, some fashion stuff. Mainly, my daytime job is interior design, project management, but recently realized I am a diamond in the rough.
There you
so
go.
tap
Yes.
in.
Tell them, girl. Oh, yeah.
RPQ.
I like all that. Now let us know a little bit about yourself, Roxy.
So my name is Roxy, and I have been modeling for like 9 years now.
Okay.
I am a published model. I've been in a couple magazines. I've been used for some promotions for like events and things like that. I am just now also wanting to get into acting. I did sign with one model agency down in LA called Sleek Models. I have another agency lined up as well that also does film production, and so I'm just starting to get into
That's
that.
nice. Yeah, I'm up and coming right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I
Yep,
like
yep.
to hear. There you go.
I do, like I said, modeling, but I also do music videos as well. I was in one with jusdu recently.
There we go, jusdu.
Yeah, Royal
Yeah,
Production.
that Royal
Yep,
Production.
Yep. I
Most
did.
definitely.
Oh, yeah, yeah, there we go. Sorry, I jumped in
Yeah,
that.
keep it going. Yeah, keep it going.
I also did another one with Luscious D and Orphan Gang, and then I have another music video set up in June, and I will be heading to Florida for that. So,
That's dope as fuck.
yeah.
That's great stuff. Cheers to that. Cheers to all of that. You guys sound great, doing great. I love all y'all for coming. I love all. Hey, don't let me hang.
Don't leave us hanging.
Yeah. I love you for coming to the space, man. So we're going to get right into it, y'all. I want to know, tell me, Jess, how did you get into adult filming, modeling, creator? Let me know how this went for you.
Funny story. So I go to a gym nearby in Los Gatos, and I was at the pool one day with a friend who I just decided to bring. Day passes are not free, so I had to sneak them in through the back. But we're chilling. We bring our own cooler. We're doing our own thing. Of course, my middle name being Trouble is exactly what I got into that day.
Okay.
So I have no kids, and I contemplate on the side of ever being a mom, but I was relaxing by the pool and saw this really hot couple with 2 toddlers and a little bit of an older daughter, and I was like, it's the first time I'd ever seen a family dynamic where I was like, okay, so she's hot, he's hot, she's hitting her vape, she's got a toddler in one arm, she looks fire, right? And I was just like, maybe I would consider being a mom. And I don't know, there was just a vibe I was feeling from her, and I don't communicate with her. She kind of I was hitting my vape kind of on the low, and of course I got, a little spanking from the gym itself, but
Right.
I end up leaving. She follows me out to my car, and she's like, hey, you left your vape underneath the chair, the lounge chair.
Okay.
And it was Kismet. So
Oh, there you
that's
go.
how I met
Yeah.
my new managers, and
They went on, it skyrocketed from there.
it's been great.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
been
Yeah,
really
it
great.
was all on a good vibe.
Yeah, coming
Yeah.
from a background being in TV production, I was always on the other side of the camera,
Right.
doing, set design, that sort of stuff. So it was a very interesting transition into being, I'm not on this side of the camera, but taking it over to the adult content industry. Because
Right.
I never thought that the two could, cross paths. So
Right.
it's been a really, really fun journey.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very unique aspect, but it's today, in today's industry, it's just what's popular. I
It's
can
like
do
sales, we know that.
I can do
Yeah.
houses, I can do commercial interiors, but
Yeah.
sex sells.
Yeah, you put yourself out there, you see a completely different bag, and you're working with a lot of people who are interesting and fun, right?
Well, something I learned at AVN, which I had no idea, is it's not just about the performers and the actors getting awards. It's like the Oscars for the porn industry.
Yeah.
So it's production, it's set design. There's a whole industry that has not a lot of exposure, or where people don't really put a lot of thought into it, because it's yeah, you can do your backyard films, but there are adult content films that are filmed with hundreds of thousands of dollars of productions, you know,
There you go,
in
yeah.
terms of set. There's like Star Wars
The
themes.
awards are
Yeah.
very professional.
Nice.
Classic too.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
watched
Yeah.
them.
So it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Big, let me give a little love for that. There you go. Yeah. All right, tell us a little bit about yourself, Roxy.
So I've always wanted to do modeling and acting, and I originally got into it through the weed industry.
Okay.
I got a Prop 215 card when I was 18, so that way I could just go to HempCon and High Times. Like, that was cool. And, I knew a few owners from different companies, and one of the companies was just like, hey, will you come be our dab girl for the
Right.
day? And I was like, yeah, sure. I got paid well. I got to go to this event for 3 days. I had full access. I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I just gave out dabs. Like, that's all I did. I just gave people dabs.
Right.
And I am very good at sales and marketing, so I listen to the guys, telling how to sell and market and do that kind of stuff. And from there, a lot of other owners met me, loved me, would hire me for their other events.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, just met photographers, started modeling with them, worked with like the amateur photographers, and just kind of worked my way up as you do it. The more advanced and more professional see your stuff, and then they offer, start paying you, offering you to do these shoots and stuff. And so it was just networking and like word of mouth, really, and just following it. And yeah, just
That's
going
usually how
for
it
it.
goes. Yeah, it works great like that because it's more natural, correct?
More natural, yes,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
And like business, you're selling yourself, but it's also like the connections you make. And so like for me, it's like whoever I'm working with, like if I eat, you eat,
Yeah.
helping
We
each
all
other
in.
out, and
Yeah.
like networking. Like I may know someone who could help you with
Teamwork,
this, or this person does that. So like that's how I kind of run business and do.
Right.
Is I just who can I work with, who can I help out, and like just build everybody up.
Right.
That sounds great.
Well, I feel like it's like
that.
identifying everybody's talents, right?
Right,
Like
yeah.
people are really good at their own thing, so it's like not only just networking, but like tapping into your resources, right? Identifying who's good at
Yes.
what and putting those pieces of the puzzle together.
Most
Exactly,
Most
yeah.
definitely. That's organic. Simple way to say it. Just organic. Whoever you like, y'all work together. It's easy to network with that person. It's easy to work with that person. Nobody likes somebody difficult, right?
No.
It's easier to work with somebody who's relatable, right?
Yes.
So that's what we're basically looking for in this industry. You guys are lovely, looking beautiful. Everything is on point. You guys, they show up on time. They're ready to work.
And I'm from LA.
And they from LA. Yeah, we know LA has that stigma of not
Like
being on
3
time.
hours later,
Right.
like, well, at least
Yeah.
you showed up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just do, man. My guy.
Man, what's good?
Yeah, he does it all. Got a lot of love for you, brother.
I do
Tell
too,
me
man.
a little bit about yourself right quick, man. Let us know. Let the people know.
Man, Shy-born, Bay raised. Shout out Chicago, shout out Oakland, shout out San Leandro, because that's what I really like to call home, because that's where I went to school. You feel me? Whole time, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a music artist, and what I would like to do is, outside of music and entrepreneurship, I just really want to use all of everything that's coming. Thank you for working with me, because
Of
I've been
course.
getting lots of reviews
Good,
about you.
good.
You
Happy
go
to help.
crazy, you feel me? And hopefully one day all the revenue just brings it to the aspect of where I can buy all these properties and just build up financial freedom. Is the goal.
That's the goal.
Always.
You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
everybody
Yes.
wants at this point, yeah,
Well,
right?
I left out the fact that I'm a real estate agent. Too,
There you
so
go.
we
Hey, there you go.
When the time is
Yeah.
right.
Right, there you
Yeah,
go. So,
and a friend
tell
of mine also does interior design.
so that works. That's
So-
everybody collaborations, right?
Yeah.
So
tell the people about your latest project with you and Roxy. What's the name of the song?
it's called Letting Go
Letting Go.
by Jusdu, featuring Roxy Scarlett herself. You feel me? Live in the flesh. And thank you, Miss J. Benet, coming through.
She said
Miss
she's a
Roxy
good
Scarlett.
saleswoman. She got
Yeah.
me here, so.
Oh, she's awesome in business. This
Yeah.
is where she for sure excels, for sure. And what was behind it pretty much was, when we had talked about that car accident, you
Yeah.
feel me? And I was like, man, I held back in life. Like, I had a good life. Like, if I would have just went in that moment, I had a
Right.
good life. I wasn't really tripping. The only thing I could have done that was different, as I was saying, was to just do more for myself.
There you
I was
go.
selfish to myself by not doing as much for myself. So at this point, man, I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna be me all the way, like flawlessly, and just, you know what I mean?
Honestly,
Boom.
I feel that when I got in my car accident last month, I'm like, I hit the center divide, I flipped a few times. Like, I was like, I hit the wall, and like, as soon as I started spinning out and flipping, I was like, well, you know, I might die today. I had a good life. Like, it did
It's
flash
been
before
real.
my eyes, but I was just like, I was content. But then after I like
After
survived and I
the
lived,
after
I was
effect,
like, I mean, I do so much for other people and I love doing that. But like, I'm a model, but I wasn't following like the acting thing, right? And so like it put the things into perspective. And I was like, you know what? I have this new life now. Like, I'm going to do for me. And like, I'm going to do what I do for others, for myself. And like,
Make
you know.
yourself better and
Yeah,
make yourself smile.
exactly. If I
It's
help lift
twice
myself, I
fulfilling.
can lift other people too, you know?
Definitely, most
Twice as
definitely.
fulfilling,
Yeah.
for real.
So I got a quick question for both of you ladies.
Glad you're good, by the way.
How do you guys pick who you want to work with? Because I know people reach out to both of you guys for different projects and things that you guys want to work on, right? So how do you decide what projects to take on and what projects that you like? I'm not touching that.
You lead it.
I think for me, it's definitely a vibe check. Like, if I can talk with them and like just feel comfortable, just even talking to them. When people want to work together and they want to meet first, that also makes me feel way more comfortable, especially when they say where they want to meet.
Yeah.
That makes you feel like, okay, like we met at like the Great Mall, like right outside Victoria's Secret, like totally like public. Like I felt safe, comfortable. We talked and then we went shopping, did our thing. You know, and like for me, I'm used to my looks. I'm used to people flirting with me and being very. So I mean,
Very hot, y'all.
I don't mind the flirting if you're professional, but when people are like super sleazy and weird, then it's like I don't feel like I want to go work with them because I don't know if they're gonna try to be groping on me the whole time or like doing this or that. Like there's when you model with people or you do like music videos, like there's a certain level of it, and there are gonna be touching and this and that, but it's like when we're off camera, like are you in my personal space?
Right,
and so it's just like, what vibe do I get from you when I first talk to you?
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off that, I think the one thing that's not really talked about a lot as a female in this industry is, like we were saying earlier, is the safety aspect of things. You know, it's like, it's a very tedious line to kind of, you know, walk on. And it's like, you know, you can meet somebody in a public space and they can come across as somebody who's safe. But like, you got to always make sure to let, you know, people know your safety. Like being as a beautiful woman, especially, like it takes a split second for something to go in the opposite direction.
When people respect the boundaries.
You know, so while being, you know, meeting at the Great Mall or whatever, it's just like, okay, so how do things go from there? Are they having you meet at some sketchy place after? So like she said, like, you know, vetting the people that you're meeting with. Like, I think it's a very important thing to keep in mind, you know, as a woman going into this, that like your safety is the number one priority for all of this, below the revenue. You know what I mean? It's like, numbers are great, money's great, but if it's just an empty promise, or if it's just, you know, a lie, it's like you have to be very smart about the decisions that you make, and like making sure to do your research. You know, we are in a day and age now when you have everything at your fingertips, so to not spend a few minutes like making sure that the people that you're meeting with, even if it's like an Google, you know, anything, you know, spend like if you can't spend $30 to do a background check on somebody, like you're not in the right industry. Like beg, borrow, steal, you know, do what you have to do to make sure that your safety is the priority.
And I will piggyback off that a little bit too. When people like, first off, telling people where you're going. Always have other people who know where you're going. But when people are like, "Hey, bring whoever you want," then you're like, "Okay."
You're definitely bringing someone with you.
Yes, yeah. But then, like, you know, like one, things are less likely to happen because you bring someone with you.
Of course.
But two, it's like people when they're upfront being like, "Bring someone," you feel safer, like they're less likely to try something, and then you bring someone with you, and then you know it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I'm definitely tap into my find a friend. I have 10 people I'm live sharing with all the time. I've got 6 of those 10 people who know exactly where I am, timing, everything, you know, and I think it's just, again, it's very important to just make sure your safety is a priority, being, you know, a woman in this industry, because I think that, you know, it just takes a split second for things to go wrong, but it also takes a split second for things to be super successful.
At the same time,
you know, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it happens, but majority of the time, you come into great situations and scenarios like this where it is great opportunities to network, and it is really positive environment. So it's great, you know. So like something like this, you know, I trusted you. Her and I didn't meet directly through a certain social media platform. We met indirectly at a space that we both took a risk and an opportunity off of a Craigslist ad, you know. Who would have known? So and it turned into a great friendship, you know. We've known each other for I think probably since November. So but you know, I feel like while we live very different lifestyles, we just found out last night that we live 1 minute away from each other.
That's
and
right.
you know, so it's great to know that, you know, there are women in this industry that you can rely on, that you can lean on, that you can trust.
Yeah.
And I think that's really
Most
important,
important.
being able to trust the
Yeah.
people that you work with. So
Yeah, most important. So I'm gonna ask you another. I'm gonna ask both of you guys another question. And Jess, I'm gonna want you to jump in on this too, because you work with Roxy. The question for all of you guys is, when you're picking these projects, and you just said the safety aspect to the project, right? So how do you excuse yourself from a project when you know that it's not for you? Like, say you show up just on
That's a
set,
good question.
and you know that you're on set, you've been paid for this project, and the person, it's not working out. You don't feel like this is the project for you. Have that happened to either one of you guys before?
I've had that happen in a different scenario, but yeah, I mean, I think that the best way to communicate anything is to just be very direct.
Okay.
You know, like, it's not about the other person's feelings. It's not about being embarrassed. You know, if you were paid for something and it's not comfortable, don't be that person.
Just try to work through it. You just gotta
send the money back. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
give it back.
Okay,
Like,
ties,
you know,
yeah.
just take it as a loss, write it off. But again, safety, you know,
Yeah.
and just being very direct. Hey, you know,
Yeah.
even if you just take accountability, right? My mistake. I assumed this was going to be a different type of project. You know, I really appreciate the opportunity, but this isn't my style of work. This isn't
Or this is
something I'm
not what I-
comfortable with. You know, and at that point, if you're communicated, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe the person you're working with is receptive to that.
Right.
Maybe they give you an opportunity. Maybe they are open to changing, you know, so
Whatever
it's not
you
just
are
like,
comfortable with,
hey,
yeah.
I'm out, you know,
Right.
screw you guys kind
Yeah.
of thing. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, you know, this is just not for me. And it's like,
Transparency.
There you go.
100%.
There you go. 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
Perfect word. Transparency
great way
is
to
always the
describe
best
it,
way
for sure.
to go about anything that you don't like on any set that you're on. Anytime you're working with somebody, it's not about always saying, people use, I gotta get this bag, I'm getting this bag all the time. Some things just don't work. And don't force yourself to do it for a little bit of money. That's just not what it's about. Have some integrity about yourself. Have some understanding about who you're working with. Like they say, it takes nothing to do a 30-second background check on whoever that you're finna work with. Just, and what you say, tag people who you this
yeah,
you know.
you know, like, don't
Same
keep
people
your
you
don't keep your
Yeah.
success a secret. You know, if your support system should be in place, and
There
like
you go.
what you're doing shouldn't be a secret. You know,
Right.
and if you don't have those people, I mean, find those
Find
people.
the
I
people,
found
right.
like finding your support system and finding your support network is just as important as your safety.
There you go.
It's like, you know, because those are the people that should build you up and want to care about your well-being. And it's like, if you're going somewhere, you know, they should
Yeah,
want to know,
that's- yeah.
hey, how did
and
everything
taking in
go?
those second opinions, because sometimes
Absolutely.
you may not realize or see those red flags, but when you tell
Absolutely.
people what's going on, they might see something that you don't, and
Right.
they'll being
Experiences.
Yeah.
you want good friends who support you, but you
that
also
bag's
want
not going anywhere.
Right,
Right?
there you go.
And maybe
Yes.
by the time that you
Yeah.
get that, maybe it's a better bag.
There
Like,
you go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But you want people that are honest and will tell you what they really think.
What they
Totally.
really think about
Yes.
what you got going
Yeah,
on.
not just-
Okay.
Totally.
So let me jump in, Jess. I need you to say something, man.
Yes.
Tell me, how did you feel with? Of course, you love working with Roxy. She wouldn't
Yeah,
be
she's
here right
awesome
now.
as fuck.
She's awesome, right? But
She
what
has
we-
to be hard. If you guys are doing stuff, holler at her. And Jay Benet just signed up.
Yeah.
She just came through
Yeah.
on some love.
she's definitely gonna be featured in
You can-
more
hey.
projects.
Yeah.
Both these lovely ladies did a voiceover earlier, and they both did great. So if you would like to have them for voiceovers, anything that has to do with music, they're not just beautiful; they also can speak, as you can see.
Strong business women.
Strong business
Shout out
women,
Roxy
yes.
bringing Jay Benet through.
Yeah.
Jay Benet, thank you for coming.
Thank
through.
you for having me.
sure.
This is a really
Yeah.
fun opportunity. Like we said earlier, you know, like we lost an hour today, but we're taking advantage
Taking
of every
advantage
minute
of
of
that,
it.
right?
Totally.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So just do. Tell me, how was it working with Roxy on set, man? Because we see that she hot,
Yeah.
and you have to stay focused, right?
Definitely.
Let the people know how was it putting this music video together. Tell them the name of the music video, and also tell them what the music video is about.
Again, letting go, you know, we both survived these car crashes and we're just trying to live our best life, but respectfully to what we do as a career people. But whole time working with her, very natural, bro. Very natural.
Very
Organic,
natural.
like we said. You
Yes.
feel me? I didn't feel like, because we met on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
You feel me? And it was through one of the people that I've actually, Lauren Arte, remember we were
yeah,
talking about
yep.
the directors?
Right.
And that was one of my directors during my college days.
Okay.
And he did a whole red carpet thing and whatnot. He introduced me to the group chat that I met her in.
Oh, that's great.
Made me feel very comfortable. Overall, like I've had experiences with, like you were saying, safety first, and
Yeah.
even if you got to Google the person and how we roll, like make sure it's not a scam and all the money's not going nowhere and all
Right.
that type shit.
There you go.
It's like or another thing, like how you said, if you don't feel comfortable with it, hey, just let me know. You
Yeah,
feel
we
me?
can
Like,
just skip that.
we'll
Yeah.
skip that.
Yeah.
Come back to something that you are comfortable with,
Right.
and or we, get to the next
Right.
person that is.
Yeah.
I think it comes with a vision too, right? Like maybe what that, maybe the person who's hiring you, their vision it's a great start, but you got to piggyback ideas off of people.
Yeah.
You got to be
And
a collective effort. Any successful team, it's all about the team.
The team,
Everybody
yes.
brings something
Most
different to the
definitely.
table.
and
So
he had ideas, the videographer had ideas as well. So we just
Shout
kind of
out
went off
Sander.
it. But it was all on what
It
I
all
was
fit.
comfortable and what
Yeah.
I wanted to do. And
Yeah.
but it was a lot of fun, and it was just like it was good people,
I
good
agree.
vibes, and it was just like it was organic. Like
There
like
you
everyone
go.
said.
saw the finished
You
product.
guys check out this
Amazing.
finished project, man.
It's amazing.
I love the song. It's hot. So you tell us, Jess, with
sir.
you doing modeling and doing different type of modeling and also being a part of the adult world, what other type of modeling do you do? You do just regular screen print modeling, or
I've done screen print modeling. I've done some fashion shows for other women entrepreneurs that own, clothing brands and retail stores. It was kind of a trade-off thing. Like I assisted in, helping renovate her store, and in turn I did like a fashion walk sort of thing. I've done volunteer modeling to help like fundraise for specific
Nice.
projects.
Oh, yeah, she's all about the people, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important. I feel like it's very important to give back because, like you said, like I eat, you eat, but at the same time, it's like, well, I could skip a meal. I got a lot of juiciness. It's like, I don't mind sharing.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
okay. Like I will survive, type of thing. I
you go.
have not
Natural.
grown up
Yeah.
with a lot of anything. So.
Yeah.
Champagne taste on a beer budget,
There you
it's
go.
it's
Yeah.
very much
Yeah,
like
right
I love that.
I'm very
Yeah.
resourceful,
Yeah,
like
dope.
if you can have $1 million looking space for $1,000, you just have to put in the work. I
There
think
you
that's
go.
really what
Yeah.
it's about.
It's
But-
all about what you make it.
yeah, but to circle back to your question, so I've done a lot of different things. I'm not, focused on one specific area. I'm open to a lot of different ideas.
So
I
you like to collab.
I love to collab.
Okay.
Like my background from when I was little is in sports.
Okay.
Soccer, so I played soccer all through college. So for me,
that
it's
was
like
fun.
being a part of a
That's
team.
Yeah.
Being a part of a team is really important because you'll find no successful person without a good team behind them or with them at
There
all.
you go,
Like
yeah.
you have to.
Can't
No
do it
one
on their
person
own.
can do it on their
Yeah,
own.
I respect that. Let us know, Roxy.
So I've done like screen print as well. I've been, like I said, I've been published. I've been in a couple magazines. I've been used for promotion work. I've done a couple like fashion shows as well, like auction fashion shows. So I do help local like stores, like little boutiques.
Okay.
But then it was an auction too, so then it went to the charity or any, the local, like one of the local charities to give back to people.
We're
Nice.
such givers.
Look at you guys. Yeah. Now, people don't realize, let me cut you off, people don't realize how important that is. Whether it's working with kids, whether it's your time is what is the most important thing.
the value.
The most valuable thing is your time. People don't realize putting in time, putting in work, 1 hour to do anything for somebody can change somebody's whole day. You get what I'm
Whole
saying?
life.
Their whole
Stick
life can
with them
change
for life.
anything.
That life karma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even just like smiling at someone, you don't know what kind of day they're having. Just like smiling, just being nice to someone, like that could have changed their day, or like they could be so upset and they were gonna do something to themselves if it that bad or whatever. But you could have changed like, oh, I'm okay, I'm gonna be okay. Like
Right.
so you do that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've just kind of done that kind of stuff and a lot of promotions.
Promotions, okay.
Just helping companies build up, weed companies, alcohol companies, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So let me ask you guys this: what's the latest project that our viewers can find you guys on?
For me, it's a project with it's a third project now that I've done with her. Where we met was IMC Nation.
Okay.
So it's I'd say male driven, yeah.
Male driven.
Brand, and they have this lifestyle of this sort of alpha male, and the way that they structure their life and the way that they create this company and this business. I mean, it's expanding at a rapid rate for them.
Yeah,
and
it
good
really
for them.
is.
And
They're doing great.
they just uprooted a few of the different. They call them bases. It's pretty much these houses where they. I'm not quite sure how the model is set up specifically, but what they do is they'll do these like live podcasts or these game shows. per
Oh,
se.
okay.
And it's kind of like, the ongoing topic for all these different conversations and these different places and these different setups was like, who lies more, men or women? Which
That's
is
a juicy
very,
one.
very
That's a
good
juicy
topic.
one. Yeah.
Very juicy.
Yeah.
And so that's how her and I had met was, it was this Airbnb. It was a house.
Yep.
But again, so we got, your experience was maybe similar to mine, but basically I had found somebody on a Craigslist ad for modeling. I ironically thought it was actually when I got there for a free ear piercing, because I was like, okay, cool. So that's the funny part. So I get to this MMA studio in the Bay Area, and I meet this guy, and he's like, please remove your shoes. And I was like, well, wait, am I about to be on camera? But it was an MMA studio, so out of respect for the space and out of respect for their
dojo,
yeah, you take your shoes off,
Okay.
and it was a very respectful interview and setup and everything. And at no point did I feel any type of weirdness or anything. And then he was like, well, we'll get back to you, and that sort of thing. So it took a few days, and day of, he's like, okay, yeah, we decided to choose you as one of the models, come through. So it was like, you got paid for your time to be there. They provided all of the details in advance in terms of what to wear, the address. It was a very safe space type of thing.
Yeah.
And same thing, very professional.
Okay.
And and I know that there's been experiences where I've hit people up on Craigslist ads, and it's like, hey, and they're like, okay, well, this or this. I was like, thanks, but no thanks.
There you
Yeah.
go, yeah.
So when I get there, I think you were the first woman I was introduced to when I got there, and I get there, and it's just this big house in the South Bay. And
it's funny, when I saw you, I was like, oh, me and her can be friends. I instantly knew.
So the most recent project I've done was the third installment. It was an additional show, but since they've moved from the Bay Area, they're now in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
So it was a
Always
whole
a
different
fun
setup,
place.
and they had originally hit me up to tap in to have me assist with the design, for the set design.
There you go.
So that's why I said the
It
past
plays
cost
in,
a lot.
yeah.
So me being a part of the show and being a contestant was actually a very last minute decision.
Nice.
And they invited me back, which I felt was an honor, because I actually did win that first episode, which was so much fun. It was great. It was a very different setup than the one I went to now, but it was a panel of 3 different rounds, 4 women, 3 men, with a host in the middle. Again, it was a live feed podcast. Yeah,
Nice.
Great
Sounds like fun.
setup. So much fun, and I won that one as well.
I might have to steal that. So, y'all catch us do some type of game show shit going on over
Yeah,
here.
sounds
Imitation
like
is the finest form of flattery.
Yeah, there you go. You heard it from Jess. All right, Roxy, let me know. Tell me.
Yeah, so, I did the project with her. I just did the music video with jusdu. I got a couple photo shoots coming up in the works within the next month or 2. And then I have...
shoot together.
Ooh,
That would
yes.
That sounds good. Yeah,
Yes,
there you go.
I love that. All right, well, yeah, we'll set that up for sure. And then, in June, I got another music video. I'm flying out to Tampa, Florida to do that.
Nice.
And I'm also doing a modeling shoot. And that is thought of, it's not 100% confirmed yet, but the thought of that photo shoot is to be used for the artist's music cover.
Nice.
So I'll be on
Are you gonna be on the cover?
Yeah,
Oh shit, you going live, y'all. Jess, what's going on? Tell me something about what your new project is.
Alright, so this song Get Stupid by Mac J.
Okay.
Okay, so my
Is this a
dad
play
is-
off that?
Yeah, so I
Okay.
remixed it.
Okay.
The song name is Stupid, because shout out Mac J, Get Stupid.
There you
The
go.
song
Big shout
name
out
is
to Mac
Stupid
Dre, man.
By Jusdu, JUSDU. It's already the audio is actually released right now.
Okay.
And
I'll
you
tell them
can-
what platform to find it on.
Every single platform. So whatever your favorite is. Alexa thinks that my name is French, so she might say Judu. But just say Play Stupid by JUSDU, and you'll find any of my music, honestly.
Nice.
But fun fact though, my dad happens to be friends with Mac J's sister,
Okay.
and she's supposed to be in that video.
Oh, okay.
That's
That's
so-
dope.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
keeping it in the
hope-
family,
Yeah,
literally.
look,
That's
just
so
hoping
cool.
everything comes together.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Big tribute to them. Maybe I can
Yeah.
get her to have pay her respects to her brother, say what she
Absolutely.
says, and
That's super
that'd
dope.
just
What
be
a fun
dope.
That's
project.
super
Yeah,
dope. Yeah.
and you guys are welcome to come to this.
Yeah.
You know, it's open window, open door.
There
I
you
want
go.
the world to go crazy to
There you
that
go.
shit.
Yeah.
So slide if you guys are available.
Yeah.
I haven't picked a day yet because I still actually have to fly to Chicago.
Good
real
thing I'll
quick.
be available.
Yeah, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the
Other than
date.
that-
I know you're a
Right,
busy
I'll make
man, man. That's
myself
why I
available.
appreciate you coming through. I know you're a busy man, man. You got other things going on. So when can we be looking for this? The music. You said the music is out now, but the video it's coming. We don't know that. We don't have a set date for it.
I'm hoping to shoot it in April. If
April,
not,
okay.
hopefully around our birthday since we're a
Okay.
day apart.
There you go. My God.
Taurus gang.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Big
So
Taurus.
I'm a day before him. Yeah.
18
So,
and 19.
that's how the vibe ended up going. We ended up being super cool off of just
I'll never forget that.
yeah.
And
All right.
I won't either. We just found this out today, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
There you go. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about what else would you guys like to get into? Would you guys like to become like? You guys are want to be a runway model, fashion model? Would you guys like to become actresses? What would you guys like the next big thing that you would want to be able to step your foot off into?
Well, now that you've confirmed I have a great voice,
Voiceovers. There
I
you go.
really,
Yeah.
to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I know it sounds a little silly, but here's the thing. There's always going to be kids growing up, right? I think it would be great to like tap into podcasts, but reading children's books,
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Like,
That's a big thing.
why
Yeah.
not? There's
Yeah.
always going to be kids. There's always going to be stories. Podcasts are now, I mean, they've been around for a while, but like anything that's going to make somebody's life easier.
Right.
I feel like I'm a kid at heart. I'm 35, just turned 35 , and I still
Shout
feel
out
like
to Jax.
Woohoo!
I still feel like a kid at
Happy
heart.
belated. Yeah.
Thank you. February 3rd.
Yeah.
I still feel like a kid at heart. I feel very youthful. I feel very, lucky to. I have a party lifestyle, but I try as best to take care of myself. So, I'd love to also start and everybody says start a clothing line, but I would love the jackets you guys have. I think it'd be super cool.
Yeah.
I went to Goodwill recently, being conscientious of budget, and you can find some fun stuff at thrift stores.
Tell them your catchphrase with that.
What? The champagne taste.
There you go.
On
I love
a beer
that.
budget.
I love that. I love that.
So
you can
be classy. You can have, but again, it takes work. You can't just expect to find good deals. Like, you got to put in the work, and you got to be willing. I mean, if I could show you how many pictures I have of strapping large pieces of furniture to the top of my car, trying to be resourceful, using my clothing belt and shoestring laces,
Whatever it takes.
whatever it takes. Like. Because the end result, I mean, you saw my room earlier today. Like, that's all resources. Nothing there was bought brand new, but there's something to go to say, like, to put in the work and stuff. So I mean, I'd love to do any type of projects that involve more set design, music videos. Like, I love collaboration. I love putting teams together. I mean, print modeling, that goes without saying.
Yeah. Right. So you're more than just a pretty face. I got you. Yeah.
Shout out to independent women.
Yeah, there we go. To the entrepreneurs, independent women, putting themselves out there, being able to put themselves in front of the camera, be behind the camera, set up the set, everything. They do it all. Tell us a little bit more, Roxy, about you and where you want to. Your next step and something you want to be into.
I mean, print modeling is always fun to do, like she said. I forgot this earlier, but I do go-go dancing as well.
Nice.
So I perform at EDM
That's
events.
always fun.
A couple years ago, I did. I got to perform. So Burning Man threw an event in Las Vegas for New Year's Eve. It was at the Meow place in Vegas.
Okay.
They did an indoor and outdoor thing. So there's a DJ group called the Dastronauts, and they have a bunch of girls. We're called the Dance Hotties.
Okay.
And so I got to perform right at midnight when the fireworks were going, and I was on this big stage,
dope.
and it was so much fun.
Okay.
I DJ'd. There's a cruise called Groove Cruise. Not DJ. I danced.
I'm going this year. She sent me pictures. I was like, check me in.
Hey, I'm working on it. I can mix.
Okay.
Great.
Can't produce yet, so little bits here and there.
No idea that even existed.
Yeah, dude, Groove Cruise is amazing. So I danced on that a few times. So I danced in Cabo. I danced going to the Bahamas.
Great dancer, by the way.
So I love dancing. I'm a performer.
Okay.
I did cheer and gymnastics, so I just like performing in front of people. So I would love to get into that. The voiceover was so much fun today.
Nice.
I always thought like doing characters would be so much fun.
I could listen to you talk all day. I love your voice.
And now it's like people told me they like my voice, and I was like, okay, sure, But after hearing it today, I was like, oh. Dude, I hear what everyone hears now.
I mean, there are very few people that like listening to themselves speak, and I feel like if you do, it's okay, selfish bastard. It's like, but most people, it's like when you hear yourself, especially on something like that, I was like, talk to me some more.
Right.
Talk to me some more. Call me with a bad time. I'll listen to you talk any day.
Talk to me some more.
Hey, like you guys did great. Voices definitely sound like some voiceovers that could be used on something X-rated, but we'll keep it PG. So voiceovers are definitely something that you guys would like to step into. You like to dance. You also like to dance. Raves. How about Raves? You guys go to Raves?
I love raves.
Oh, you guys have been on a rave?
Underground,
Okay.
raves, Renegade. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's where I started dancing. I was just dancing. I started meeting promoters and DJs.
Mm-hmm.
They liked me. They were like, "Hey, can you come perform on stage?" All right, cool. Started doing that, and that's how I've gotten to do a couple traveling events. So I would love to travel more and do more traveling events for EDM festivals and that kind of stuff. It's
so
so
you
much
heavy
fun.
into it.
Yes.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you?
I love to dance. I don't know why I've never considered getting paid to do it, but it's just
Sounds
like
the lick. Yeah.
you know, I just, you know, I've been in my mid 30s now, you know, it's like the realization like, hey, like there will be a day that I don't wake up, and I am open to a lot of safe but fun opportunities.
There you go.
Travel,
Yes.
dance, print, live,
Ooh,
music
body painting.
video.
I forgot that. Body painting.
Yeah,
was
you know,
so
I didn't
much
think about
fun.
that.
Our next
Yeah.
project,
Yeah.
wait, but wait, yeah,
Body
to circle
painting.
back to your question.
Yeah.
So we both have a project
Yes.
coming up for
Yes.
a calendar shoot.
Nice.
And, you know, there's a lot of calendars, hundreds of calendars that have been done. Cars, women, blah, blah,
Right.
holidays, okay,
Yes.
all that BS has
Tell me a
been
little
covered.
bit. Yeah.
So she was like, you know, come up with some ideas, whatever. When we got to the studio, I was sitting here, got me a drink, and I was like, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Great.
You
idea.
said body painting. I was
Yeah.
thinking, so the 12 women that we feature on the calendar, we're going to do each woman's spirit animal.
Nice.
But a sexy version.
Nice.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, you can make
Yeah.
any animals cute and sexy. You said
Yes.
fox.
Fox.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
there
feel
you
like my spirit animal is a great
Roxy.
white.
Fox.
There you go.
I could be a sexy shark.
There you go. Yeah.
Give me a
San
fucking
Jose
dorsal
Shark.
fin.
Sexy killer. Sexy killer. There you go. So
But I think it would be a really unique theme and a really unique project to
Nice.
like identify each woman's, you know, spirit animal and then go with
go
that.
from there. Okay. So is that the name of the calendar? How is it? Have you guys have a name picked out
We
yet?
have not picked out a name. So
This was a 30-minute ago idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
I need to be a part of that.
me
Okay, keep
and
going.
Leo, we were talking
Yeah.
about like different things we want to do with the studio, help build it. We want to do royal production queens.
Yeah.
So we wanted girls that we can hire for shoots and music videos and things like that. So the artists can see the girls that we have already ready to work and
Yeah.
hire.
There you go.
And Leo was like, "Hey, I'll let you be a part of this.
Yeah.
You can be in charge of it."
Yeah.
And I was like, calendar shoot. That's the best way to start it out.
Yeah.
Get the girls and then just
Just
build
roll
from that.
there. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely be a part of that project. That's great. Leo, I need to talk to your motherfucking head.
I'm in the background.
Because
But
you got a lot going on.
The
huh?
important
Yeah,
aspect of that
yeah.
is we're not just a pretty face. So
No,
like
I
for
see
the
that.
type of
Business
vibe we're
process,
going
yeah.
for these
Yeah.
women, not only are they beautiful, but they're a vibe, right? Like
Yes.
we're gonna build a team of
That we wanna work
fun,
with.
Yes.
hilarious women that you can kick it with, like on the real type of thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not
So
just
work
like
is fun.
like great,
as
like
well.
get
Yeah.
her out of here now type of thing. Like no, we don't like you can find anything beautiful anywhere, especially
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you
It's
don't got
not
the
hard.
attitude, like
Vibe check.
if you have that bad attitude and like people don't want to be around you, then they don't want to work with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So you guys will definitely be doing some screening, is what I hear.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any
background
ladies in mind? Right. Do you guys have any ladies in mind? That you guys
Absolutely.
think about? You
Yeah.
don't have to say their names. Just
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't even know if they want to do it yet.
Yeah.
But I do have
Oh,
some
I'm pretty
women in
sure
mind.
they do because this sound hot. You said it.
Especially after
Some
they see
body
that you-
painting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hot. I mean, it'll be some nakedness going on. I assume with some paint over it,
Yeah,
right?
some classic. I mean,
Yeah, some
we're all
classics.
naked
Yeah.
underneath
Yeah, for sure.
with some stuff on top.
There you go. You guys sound very comfortable with yourselves. I like that.
The human
Bodies are
body is
beautiful.
beautiful, you know,
Yeah.
and that's the thing we're going for too is variety. We're not just going for a specific look, you know. We want all shapes. It is all beautiful in its own
Shapes,
way, you know?
size,
And I feel like
Yeah.
everything,
All
you
the
know. I
shit.
want
You know.
different ethnicities.
Ethnicities,
You
yes,
know?
yeah.
We want
Got
to
you,
celebrate
another-
the small, the big, the tall, the beautiful. Because here's the thing: at the end of the day. And nobody has to even dive in on this one, but like everybody has their own thing,
There you
whether
go.
it comes to a kink, a type, you know. And I feel like unfortunately nowadays, like a lot of things are kind of like, you know, it's kind of like we don't talk about that because it's, or you know, people are judged too quickly because of a certain type of thing that they like,
The
you know.
cancel
So like
The cancel culture.
exactly,
Right,
so
yeah.
it's like everything is celebrated in its own way, even if people can't, you know, publicly celebrate it. Like everybody loves everything at the end of the day, whether
you
it's
go.
something that's shamed and
It's
like.
all about how it's
I think that's the thing that I've learned being recently in the adult content industry is like, okay, so we're gonna film this specific subject topic, right? It's like deep down I'm like, ew. But
Yeah.
then at the same time it's like, well, how can I sit here and say ew? Because it's like they like that. Like,
Right.
who am I to say that what they like isn't something that can be celebrated
Exactly.
or appreciated?
Exactly.
You know, like
Exactly.
your fetish isn't my fetish, and there's nothing wrong with your fetish. You know, it might not be something I'm into, but
Yeah.
to
Some
each his
People
own.
like
You
that,
know,
some
so.
people like butts.
I respect that.
Some people like
That's my
toes, some
next
people like
question.
belly buttons, you know,
People
whatever
like
it is.
splash
But you
right.
know, when it comes back to like the calendar, like
Yeah.
it's a vibe. It's not a look
Yes.
that we're going for. So it's like if you've got the personality, I think it is a lot more about who you are as a person that can really show through. Anybody can look pretty, especially with all these Facetune apps and everything. Like, I don't know how many
Yes,
people I've met that I'm like,
yes.
You don't look
wait,
nothing
that's
like
that.
not the same person. It's
Yeah.
like, first off, that stuff
I
needs to
see that all
chill.
the
But
time.
like, you know,
Y'all need
it's
to stop
like,
that shit.
can we have like
Yeah.
a character check or like a vibe check
Yes.
app? Like somebody can scan and be like, yeah, this is a cool bitch, right? But like,
Yeah, definitely need that. Whoever come out with that's gonna be a billionaire.
AI's already
And
on.
like-
AI's on it now that I've said it.
Right.
They're
There you
on
go.
it.
And
Yeah.
then, like you said, like all the filters and all of this and that, like it was so funny. Like I seen this thing and they were asking girls like, oh, do you guys like BBLs or natural? And like some guys love BBLs.
I was just
Who
gonna
No
ask
doubt.
that. I
Both.
was just
No
gonna ask
doubt.
that.
Both.
But like
I
a lot
think
of
they're
guys
good.
I'm
like
all natural all over, but
yeah, and some guys like
So-
natural, and it was like the guys that interviewed, they were like, nah, natural. We don't like the filters. We like makeup's cool. We love
Yeah.
makeup,
Makeup's cool,
but
yes,
makeup
yeah.
like adds to your features.
Right.
It doesn't like change.
Reshape
Some
the person.
Unless you're a
super,
shapeshifter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some are,
Yeah.
some are.
I don't know. Yeah.
Look,
Shouldn't
there's a
make you
there's a
natural.
time there's a
Yeah.
time and a place for
Chill,
everything.
like you said, chill
Yeah.
on that.
Even
Yeah.
elevator music has a place, right? Like, you know, so
Yeah.
it's like
Growing up.
women should not have to put on 2 hours worth of makeup to get out the house. It's like, look, unless you're doing a print shoot or something very specific, subject
Where it
related,
needs it.
you're on camera
Yes.
filming. Yeah, totally. But like, if you're about to look like a whole different person when this face comes off, like, don't leave that. No, don't do that. It gives a
Yeah.
bad impression. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
that's not who you are. Like, it
Yeah.
shouldn't. Now, albeit I take a long time to get ready, not because I put a lot of makeup on, but because I'm dancing, I'm on
Yes.
the phone, I get
Yeah.
distracted.
I get
like,
distracted.
I feel like as a woman, getting ready should be something fun, not something that's like a
Mission.
mandatory mission or a step that's
Yeah.
like, I have to do this or this to leave
Yeah.
the house. It's like, girl, just put on some shoes and let's go. And put on some shoes that are comfortable, because I'm not about to be walking around with a woman with no shoes on in 3 hours from now.
I respect that. So
I'll be the petty police.
let's try it again. With you guys doing a podcast based and being interviewed and being in a situation where you guys are obviously going to see your content out here in a different light. So now you guys have a voice to add to these beautiful faces. What do you guys want to do with that? Like, what do you want to do to whereas people can understand that you're more than just a pretty face?
I think doing a project that involves like, you know, exerting that, like showing that you are part of something, like more than just what I say. Like, I want this calendar, I want this next project to be something that shows exactly what I stand behind. I want it to be my brand ethos. I want it to, you know, coincide with that. I want those things to be what is the respected and what is the celebrated, you know.
There you go.
And I think in order to really make that happen, I can't just be like, oh, we want all pretty women, and then it's like you flip through the calendar and everything's the same.
Same.
Right?
You want
So
different
I am a
variety,
woman
yeah.
of my word, you know, and I feel like standing behind that in any industry that you're in business is really important, you know.
Okay.
So like, all you have is your word at the end of the day. You know, if I'm gonna be here at a certain time, if I'm running late, like, I'm gonna let you know. I'm not just gonna show up late, you know. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna have different types of women in the calendar, best believe there's gonna be types of women in that calendar.
There you
You know,
go.
it's
Yeah.
definitely making sure that what I'm standing towards and what I feel is necessary
Yeah.
is what I make happen. So
How about you, Roxy?
You know, I really think like the podcast, it gives us a different light, so people don't just see, oh, they are a pretty face. Like they can see the thought that we have behind things. And I think getting to do the projects that I want to do and having other people that believe in it and support it,
yeah.
Nice.
it definitely helps. But then it also can showcase the things that I'm thinking of or she's thinking of that we're putting together, and like the finished product, like, yeah, you can see me as a pretty face, but like judge what I do as well. Like look at the work that I do. Like it's gonna be a process. There's gonna be editing. There's gonna be this and that. But like, what does a final product show? And like, it shows like how hard I work and
Right.
the dedication that I have to things.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah.
and so that's kind
Most
of
important.
what
Right.
it helps with. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do.
I agree with her, and she's very outgoing and very easy to work with.
Yeah.
Oh man, Roxy.
Yeah.
I didn't get that impression the first time I met you either. I was like, oh, she's gonna be, but then I was like, as I got to know you, it was like such a different person. And I think you're so amazing.
Yeah, I definitely give off, like, when people see me, I think I give off one vibe, but then once you, like, really talk to me and get to know
That's
me, then
okay.
you're like,
Yeah.
you really see a different side, and that's why I like doing things where it can open up and you can see
Can be anything.
all the different sides and personalities
Yeah.
that I have, and not just like this one.
But what I
Yeah.
loved about it wasn't like a fake person at first. You just were very not guarded. Like you were just protecting yourself, you know, and making sure that you were safe. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
That, like you don't just let everybody in and give away all of your specialness.
Oh yeah,
up
like
front,
I mean,
you know?
I'm an open book, but at the same time, like when it's a vibe check and it's
You gotta check that book out. You gotta pay to check
Yes,
that book out.
yes, and it's like, you know, when you're exchanging energies with everybody, like you're taking in what you're giving as well,
Right.
and so it's just like at first you may need to be a little guarded because you don't want to take in all these negative energy and all this.
It's mentally exhausting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, but once you're comfortable and you feel good, like and safe and everything, then you can like give off who you really are and just like fulfill like whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah. Second time I saw her, with that same group where we had met each other, we ended up like taking a trip from San Jose, a car trip down to
LA,
Los
yeah.
Angeles.
Oh,
to
okay.
do
So
a-
you guys really got to know each other.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
okay.
we were like in the car,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you know, it's like, and there's like it was a very intimate space. You know,
Yeah.
it was like front row gentlemen, part of
Yeah.
that group.
Right.
Second row was us. Third row more guys, and it was
Yeah.
like they took turns driving. We heard some inspirational speeches. We heard some snoring. You know, we
A
heard
little bit of
some
it all.
Oh,
everything. You know, and it
That's
was a
cool.
very cool experience.
Yeah, I
Very
respect
unique.
that.
I've never done that before.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, I've been on car trips with like people I know. Never in a
Right.
car full of people I've
Just
spent
met.
a couple of hours with.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
yeah,
and people aspiring to do different things and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
hearing their thoughts and their inspiration and what helps drive them, and it's getting different perspectives, and it was really good.
Yeah,
Very
just-
unique way of doing like a
Yeah.
I spy with my little eye, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like this guy went off on a 30-minute, I can't say tangent, but just
Yeah.
this like talk about this cloud, and before you know it, I was like, I'm gonna take off my head. I was like, you know what? I am gonna take off my headphones.
Now I
and
need to
I'm
know
gonna-
about this cloud.
I'm gonna
Right,
pay
yeah.
my dues and my respect because like, what else am I gonna listen to? You know,
Right,
and I just
yeah.
took the time to like
Get to know these people a
to
little
hear
better.
him
Yeah.
out, you know, and I was like, damn, that is a really cool cloud, you know, just
Right.
like.
I respect that.
And then as we drove past the cloud changed. So everybody kind of gave their input on the cloud, and I was like, oh, we just spent 45 minutes talking about a cloud, which is not
right.
something I would I mean, I love nature. I'm all about it, but like, I'll pay my dues and my respect to nature in its own way. But like, I was like, it's a really unique experience. It was really cool.
Nice. Sound like you guys are getting high. So tell me, high.
Oh, both.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing
So
wrong with it.
let everybody know where they can find you at, and what's the best way to get in contact with you for booking you?
My IG would be at jbenay, so it's JBENAI. Any of the adult content stuff, if you're interested in subscribing, it would be Roslyn Levy Productions. She's on, OnlyFans, Twitter. I mean, it's great content. Like I said, it's a woman-operated, woman-owned, and woman-run production company. Very fun, super, everybody can make home videos, but it's really fun because it's like very well thought out, very vetted talent, and it mixes like comedy and sex, which is
Ooh,
great.
Comedy and sex, y'all.
It is great, very unique stuff. So it's fun, very fun, and very different.
Nice. Let us
Yeah.
know, Roxy.
All right, so it's Roxy Starlet. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So it's you look it up as Roxy Starlet or Foxy Roxy 710. Both of those are spelled with an I though, not a Y.
Okay.
And you can also it's all good. Or you can always email me at roxystarlet@gmail. And I'll respond either way.
Okay.
But I mean, Facebook and Instagram is like definitely the easiest one because you see it, and two, I can kind of look at you and see what
wanna
you're
work
about
with
and
you.
what you're doing. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
There you go.
Let's see if you're willing to put in the work to look me up. I'll work with you.
There you go.
Let's
Okay.
see. You know what I mean?
Just do. Tell us
Yes,
something.
sir.
Let the people know how they can find you, brother.
Well, you can find me. No. I'm sorry, I'm having a good time. You guys all have a
Hey,
great
that's
energy,
how
and I
you do
appreciate
it.
everybody today. Well, you can find me on Instagram at jusdu444, or same for Snapchat. Don't look for me on Facebook. I am on there, but not so much. Really
Right.
find me on Instagram and
Let 'em know.
Snapchat. You can also email me at jusdu network, because just do letter network, feel me, at gmail.com. And you reach out to me, as you said, and as you guys said, ladies and gentlemen. You feel me? If you take the time to actually reach out to us, we're all going to respond to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, because we appreciate your time. You didn't have to do that, but we love that you did.
Nice. Thanks all y'all for coming out. Thank all y'all. I love you guys' content topics. I love that you guys are just good people. That's what it's all about. We got to bring it back to just good people, being around good people.
Yes.
The energy is good. The vibe is going to be good. These people are easy to work with. Trust me. We also want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Noir Blanc clothing line. Check it out. Instagram. They keep it going. That's all we need. It's a wrap.